She didn't lose interest because you said the wrong thing. She lost interest because you made her feel invisible. It's not the awkward silence, it's not the bad joke. It's the feeling she walked away with, that she could have been talking to anyone, and it wouldn't have made a difference. That's what kills attraction before it even starts. Most guys think attraction is about what you say. The right line, the right story. But the men women actually fall for? They ask the right questions, in the right order, at the right moment. Because a good question does something a good answer never can. It tells her, you matter enough to be curious about. In this video, 4 techniques. One was the single biggest predictor of a second date in a study of thousands of real couples. The last one creates attraction she won't even be able to explain. Stay until the end. That last one alone is worth it. UC Berkeley researchers studied thousands of first dates. Looks, height, humor, money, tracking every factor that might predict whether 2 people wanted to see each other again. The number 1 predictor? Follow-up questions. Not looks, not humor. Just asking more about what she said. And it makes complete sense. Most women go through life feeling like no one actually listens. They talk, people nod, the conversation moves on. So, when you follow up, when you show genuine curiosity about what she just said, you become the rare guy who makes her feel heard. That's the beginning of attraction, she says. I've been really into hiking lately. Boring guy. Oh, nice, me too. Guy she can't stop thinking about. What made you get into that? One closes the door, the other opens something. Because now she's not just sharing a fact, she's sharing a piece of herself. And you asked for it. And most guys completely miss this. They follow up on facts instead of feelings, not, where did you travel? But, how did it feel to finally be there? One collects information, the other invites her into an emotional moment. And when she steps into that moment, the conversation stops being small talk. It becomes something she remembers. Here's a tool that makes this effortless. Take her last few words and reflect them back. She says, I'm so excited for next weekend. You say, you're excited. What are you most looking forward to? You didn't have to be clever. You just showed her she was worth listening to. In a world full of people waiting for their turn to speak, that's rarer than it should be. But here's where it gets interesting. Asking the right questions isn't enough. The order changes everything. Going deep too fast kills attraction before it even starts. Ask about her biggest fear 5 minutes into a date and she doesn't feel connection. She feels pressure. She shuts down. And once that wall goes up, it almost never comes back down. In the 1990s, psychologists called the Erans ran a famous experiment. 2 groups of strangers. One made small talk. The other asked questions that started light and gradually got more personal. The second group felt dramatically closer after just one conversation. 2 of those strangers ended up getting married. The questions weren't the magic. The order was. They started easy, low risk. And as each person answered, they revealed a little more. Trust grew until they were sharing things they wouldn't normally share with someone they'd just met. In real life, what have you been obsessed with lately? Early on, then later. What's something most people completely misunderstand about you? You share something, she shares something, slightly deeper each time. Neither of you forcing it, just creating the right conditions for it. And this is where attraction actually shifts. Because when a woman feels emotionally safe, she stops guarding herself. She stops performing. She starts showing you who she actually is. And that's where attraction stops being logical and starts becoming emotional. The guy she showed that to isn't just someone she talked to. He's someone she felt something with. But what happens when she suddenly flips it and puts you on the spot? If you're finding this useful, hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps. And drop a comment with the technique you're trying first. Now, here's where the pressure hits. Date's going well. She's smiling, you feel it. Then she asks something that stops you cold. How many people have you dated? Are you actually looking for something serious? Why did your last relationship end? Every answer feels like a trap. Too honest and you might kill the vibe. Too vague and you look like you're hiding something. But here's what most guys miss. She's not just asking for information. She's reading your response. The hesitation, the defensiveness, the way you fumble for words. This is an attraction test. She's measuring your emotional confidence without even realizing it. And most guys fail it without even realizing they're being tested. Because the guy who gets rattled signals something. He signals he's not fully comfortable with himself. And groundedness is one of the most attractive things a man can have in a conversation. There's a third option. Answer a question with a question. She asks, "Are you actually looking for something serious?" You say, "What does serious even look like to you?" She asks, "Why did your last relationship end?" You say, "What made you think of that?" You didn't run, you redirected. Now she's the one talking. The tension releases naturally, and you've just learned what she actually cares about. Far more valuable than any answer you could have given. Keep the redirect in the same emotional zone. Just shift the spotlight from you to her. The guy who stays grounded under pressure doesn't just dodge a question. He passes a test she didn't even tell him she was giving. This sounds almost too simple, which is exactly why most guys never try it. Ask her for advice. Harvard researchers found that people who were asked for advice were rated more likable than those who received compliments. More likable. From a single question, when you ask for someone's advice and you're telling them without words, "I already respect you. I think you know something worth hearing." That makes her feel valuable. And people don't fall for the ones who impress them. They fall for the ones who make them feel impressive. But here's the deeper layer. When she gives you advice, she has invested something in you. A thought. A perspective. Something real. And when someone invests in you, even slightly, they subconsciously start to value your presence more. The more we give to something, the more it matters to us. Attraction grows from investment. Not compliments, not impressive answers. Investment. She loves cooking. I'm terrible in the kitchen. What's one thing you think everyone should actually know how to make? She's into fitness. You clearly know what you're doing. Where would you even tell someone to start? She's not just answering now. She's thinking about you specifically, tailoring something to your situation. And once she invests in you, even slightly, you stop being just another guy in the room. One rule: only ask about things she genuinely knows. She'll feel the difference between real curiosity and a technique immediately. Attraction isn't built by the guy who talks the most. It's built by the guy who makes her feel the most. Follow up on what she says. Go after the emotion, not the facts. Build depth slowly. Earn it, don't demand it. Stay grounded when she tests you, and ask for her investment, not just her attention. Each technique does the same thing in a different way. Shifts the focus from you performing to her feeling seen, understood, and valued. Because what she's really looking for isn't the most impressive guy in the room. It's the guy who made her feel something real. The right question doesn't just start a conversation. It makes her feel something she wasn't expecting. And that's what stays in her mind long after you stop talking. Thanks for watching, and until next time.